Hey guys, this video is going to show you two of my favorite routes to take on Crescent Falls. Both of these routes should provide gear, ammo, and armor with relatively little to no risk, really. Your biggest danger, as always, is going to be running into other players, but most of the time, I just sprint right through it with little to no issues. I do run into some players here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty much out of the way. So here they go. So this route is for when you drop on the northeast side of the map. When doing these, I don't really consider Pinnacle Labs, Oasis, or Skeleton since they're so far out of the way and they're prone to a lot more risk and a lot more players. So I'll go straight to Starship here. You'll see I'll pick up two barrels right out of the gate here, and a lot of the times you get lucky with these two barrels. This first one is hit up quite often, but once in a while it'll be there for your taking. This second barrel right here is actually almost never hit. I think I've seen it hit maybe 2 to 3 times, and not a good one here, but usually I get some pretty decent stuff here. After that, I make my way over to warehouse, and I come through this little hole right here. Keeps me away from that Jeff. He doesn't follow you, he goes all the way around, so it gives you just enough time to sprint past all this other loot and go straight for the weapons crate. This one's fairly, I would say half the time I'll get something, half the time it's taken, so it's always worth checking out. And from here I'll make my way over to the south side, and there you can see they were all taken, but that is, I mean, it's highly dense loot crates right there, so it's definitely worth hitting up. And then I'll make my way down these stairs. So once I'm down the stairs, I'll head over to Green's Prospect, and I'll just take care of these striders real quick, just because it's annoying when they follow you, and I don't have stims, so I'd rather just not take the damage. And so I come in here to Green's and go straight for that little warehouse straight ahead. Again, another highly dense loot area. It's also very, in my opinion, it's a high traffic area, so this is where you got to watch out. So I'll grab this barrel, and then I'll actually, most of the time, I'll hop up on top of those barrels. And it's a great rat spot, unfortunately, but it also gives you time to check your inventory and sort anything out that you don't need away from danger. So and after that, I'll cross the street on over to the bar, and then just check the bar tops. There's a weapon spawn here. Not this time, unfortunately, but it is worth checking out. You find some pretty good stuff. So next, I head up over to the medical bay, which is right above the bar, and there is a weapon spawn up on the ledge of the window, the far side window, but there's also a lot of meds that you're going to need here. Usually I take a little bit of fall damage right here, so I'm pretty happy to get here. And it's also another spot to take a look at your inventory and get rid of the stuff you don't necessarily want. So here, I actually didn't notice that the puzzle room was done on my way up to get the first fusion core, or whatever those things are. And then I realized it was done, so I go into the puzzle room. It's still worth checking out, because sometimes people will leave the guns in there if they're carrying too much. And not this time, but it's definitely worth the couple extra seconds. So the puzzle room actually kind of ends like the official route I take. From there on, it just depends on where my evac's at. Here you can see it, it's a little bit north of where I am, so I head up, and I happen to hear some sounds. So I'm just checking it out, see if I get lucky here, see if I score a kill. Yeah, I start hearing some sounds, so I get a little closer and see what I can make happen. Here I'm just kind of waiting, and I hear him med up, so I rush it. Then he pops out over to my right, I believe, yep, and I miss all my shots, so no big deal. I think I'm going to lose it all right here, but I'm just staying pretty far away since I know he's using a shotgun. He's putting some heavy damage on me. Hit him with that grenade, so now he's on the defensive, and I'm chasing. I run out of grenades, but I'm going to throw this audio decoy, because he now thinks that's a real grenade. He doesn't know, so now this is his only option, and luckily it's a very narrow lane for me to kill him. And pick up his stuff. It's all blues and greens, a bunch of guns I can't carry anymore, and I get out of there. So you'll see here, actually, let's see, I have 2, 3, 4 weapons. I left one behind, 2 armor sets, and that's it. That was a good run. So this is the route I like to take when I am spawning over at the west side. This might be my favorite route. I go over here through Fallen Tree, and there's 2 barrels out of the gate that you could get very lucky on. This first barrel, it's hit up often. I would say 45% of the time you'll be able to get it. It's a little hidden, but look at that. We get a manticore. And then the second barrel is actually right up here, up a couple of ramps. Yep, so right up this ramp, we'll find another barrel. And just like that, we have gun and armor. And it's a pretty good start to a raid where we came in with absolutely nothing. And so from there, we actually go on over to Nutrient Farms. I like to take this fallen branch right here. It keeps me out of the way of a lot of mobs. And yeah, those little blister guys, man, they're a pain. They give you away so much, so I try to avoid them whenever possible. So that Jeff is going to aggro, but no big deal. We'll get away from him really quick. We'll use this rail to go right on over to Nutrient Farms. And once you're in here, someone was in here before me, so I'm not going to get the best loot in here, but you go straight to this room, and up on that workbench right here, this workbench, there's a weapon spawn. Not there this time. Then from there, if you have the key, use the key. If not, come down here, and there's actually an armor spawn. I've gotten green armor from here quite often. I always forget which table it's on, but it's right here to my right. Green armor spawn. Pick up any loose loot if you want, and then get out of here and head straight down to geothermal, actually. So if you want, you could take the time to loot this little house. I don't really do it. But once we're in geothermal, we come into this house. Oh, closed the door on accident. Didn't realize it was open. And then there's actually another weapon spawn right here that's almost never taken. No one really knows about it, I don't think. And then we go on to the actual geothermal facility here. And then here's another weapon spawn where you can find scrappers and hammers, empty this time. And at the time of the recording, this glitch, this is like one of the first days I know this glitch exists, actually. I never knew how to do it, so I was pretty stoked to be able to do it here. I know it's cheap, but it was the only way to be able to get that that mini reactor. Otherwise, it's just always gone. And so just grab these weapons real quick. And look at that. Within a few minutes into the raid, we've already got 3 guns, 2 shields, mini reactor. And I mean, I'm pretty happy with that loot already. So I'm just kind of gonna work my way out of here. So here, we're actually gonna make a few friends. It sounded like this guy was struggling, so I figured I might as well help him. Especially after doing that glitch, I gotta add a little bit of positive karma, you know what I mean? So kind of giving him a shout like, hey, is everything okay? Here, a third guy. And I decide to just give him my manticore. You know, he probably needed it more than I did, so, but then turns out he doesn't. He has a phasic just like me, but no big deal. And from there, it kind of depends on where my extract is. This one I had thermal jungles, I believe it's called. So I figured I'll just go through prospects, green prospects, and do kind of my run here. And so I'll come up from the top down to the bottom because I get to hit this barrel behind these stairs that's almost never taken. Old medicine this time, but I've gotten some really good stuff there. And then I'll come into this warehouse where it's rat central, myself included, but tons of loot. I'll grab this barrel. Look at that, more green armor. That's the 3rd one I found in one raid. And then here's that rat spot I was talking about earlier. I'll sit up here and just kind of fix my inventory and then head on over to bar, check the bar top, nothing there. And here I am extracting over at Thermal Jungles and just checking one last weapons crate before I go, which is right next to the extract. Very convenient and almost never taken as well. It's under this bed right here. You'll see it once I turn around. Yep. Oh, under the table, sorry. And almost never taken. And once again, the same situation. I almost have too many guns, too much good gear. So it would make sense to bring in a bigger backpack, but I'm always hurting for nickel, so I can never have a bigger backpack. But anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. Thanks for everyone who subscribed. I appreciate it. If you found this helpful, let me know. Maybe I'll make some more. If it sucked ass, also let me know, and I'll try to get better. But thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate any time you guys spend with me, either online, watching YouTube, checking me out on Twitch. It's all fun, man. It's all a ton of fun for me, so I really do appreciate it. If you like the video, please let me know, and maybe I'll do some more of these. If not, then I'll stick to just making gameplay videos. Either way, let me know below if you can. If not, I get it. We're busy. I'm busy. You're busy. There's a lot of content out there. But I hope to see you online. Adios.